Race conflict theory in Chapter 1 focuses on inequality and conflict between people of different races, shown in this picture where the African American man is being mistreated by white officers. White people have many social advantages over people of color, including higher incomes, more schooling, and better health. Because of this, white people are allowed to get away with the brutality against African Americans. For example, when the shooting took place in Ferguson, Missouri, where an African American teenager was killed by a white police officer, the incident brought widespread attention. Thousands of people marched in the streets demanding that the officer be prosecuted. When the grand jury declined to indict the officer, protests and some rioting erupted across the nation. The police officer was white and the teenager was black. Durkheim's theory of suicide in Chapter 1 explains that suicide is the result of social factors and not individual personalities, shown in this picture of a person crying out for help and not being heard by society. The power of society can shape a person's most private thoughts and choices. A person may not feel included in many things that happen in society. They feel unattended, helpless, and useless. This feeling may tend to make a person commit suicide. Also, when society goes through some sort of change where the rules of society are not as they were, the individual feels confused and does not know how to handle major changes occurring around himself and commits suicide. Also, a person can be suffering from being abused by a higher authority, whether it be mental or physical, and will commit suicide to escape the pain that's being caused upon them. Gender conflict theory in Chapter 1 focuses on inequality and conflict between men and women, shown in this picture, where both the man and the woman have the same job, but they hold the man to a higher standard because he's a man. Society places men in position of power over women in the home, where men are usually considered head of household, in the workplace, where men earn more income and hold most positions of power, and in the media, where more men are hip hop rappers than women. Both men and women are looking for the same thing at work, including compelling colleagues, mutual values, and challenging work. Based on their experience, men might be more likely to achieve these work goals, while women, on the other hand, may have experience that create a diminished sense of satisfaction. Given these feelings of dissatisfaction in the workplace, women may have lower threshold when it comes to getting a promotion or deciding to leave the workplace. Erikson's theory, Stages of Development, Stage 8, Old Age Integrity, in Chapter 3, states that personality develops over 8 stages throughout the course of one's life, shown in this picture of Nelson Mandela, whom was a revolutionary politician who also served as president of South Africa. In this stage of integrity, the individual experiences a sense of mortality. This may be caused from success or failure. Also, in this stage, individuals begin to do life reviews of their own lives. They start to determine if the life they live was everything they wanted. The most important event at this stage is coming to accept one's whole life plan, reflecting on that life in a positive manner. This also means fully accepting oneself and coming to terms with death. Accepting responsibility for your life and being able to undo the past and achieve satisfaction with self is essential. Social conflict theory in Chapter 1 highlights the link between cultural and social inequality, as shown in this picture depicting Muslim women wearing their cultural robes, which can be a disadvantage in the American business world. This theory highlights how class, race, ethnicity, gender, and age are linked to inequality in terms of money, power, education, and social prestige. People on top try to prevent their privilege while the advantage try to gain more for themselves. Any group of people recognizes or seeks to end a power struggle between stratified classes results in a social conflict. Many Muslims dress in their cultural robes because it's their culture, but society looks upon this as they are a threat to society because their clothing looks intimidating.